Hi, this is Atmir with the US stock highlights here on Share Talk for Thursday, the 28th of January. Starting off with First Majestic Silver, caught up in the Reddit maelstrom. We've got the gap higher through the initial January resistance at $14.56 from memory, around that level, 14,000, maybe $14.30. In fact, yes, 56 is what it was. And above that, on an end-of-day close basis, looking forward to a late April 2020 resistance line projection target as high as $25 time frame by the end of next month. If you're trying to get the stop loss a bit tighter than that, then maybe today's intraday low or just below it at $16.05 would be the place to be. But I think 14.56 looks to be the right type of level at this stage. On to stock which is new to us in this particular video, Extreme Networks. Here we've got a wide rising trend channel after the rebound off the 250-day moving averages at the beginning of November. Nice little gap higher today as well, so gapping through the $8.04 previous January resistance. Above that, on an end-of-day close basis, we could hope for a target as high as $14 by the end of next month. Stop loss, I suppose, at this stage, back below $7.50, back below the overnight gap, would do the trick, especially as we are supported by a rising 50 and 200-day moving averages. So it shouldn't actually retrace too much now after we have gapped higher. Moving along to the next situation for tuna silver mine. Silver apparently in the throes of the populist rally that we're having at the moment in the market. Gap through the 50-day moving average at $7.34, and at least while we have an end-of-day close back above that, looking for a retest of January resistance through towards the $9.69 level. And at this stage, the stop loss back below the recent support at $6.57, but ideally there's no end-of-day close back below the 50-day moving average ahead of a move towards the $9.69 level over the next couple of weeks. Next stock is one which is keeping with the recent silver theme, or the latest silver theme, gap higher as well. Again, rising trend channel for Gato silver, based around the $11.75 level, and while we're above that, looking for a target as high as $19 by the end of next month. If you're cautious on the stock, maybe wait for an end-of-day close back below the recent, back above rather, the recent spike high of $13.85. That was resistance on the way down a few days ago on the the beginning of the week. So ideally, as I said, we'll hold above the floor of the channel, and an end-of-day close through at the $13.85 level gives us hopefully up to $18 or $19 by the end of next month. Going on to Grand Tierra, which I do remember discussing before. Grand Tierra Energy. Here we've had a nice break through the initial January resistance. That was just shy of 60 cents, and while we're above 60 cents on an end-of-day close basis, looking towards the resistance line there from early last year as high as 83 cents. Best case scenario target at the moment, I suppose, if you push that resistance line a bit higher, and that gives us a target through the $1 level. Ideally, that would be hit by the end of next month, but it looks like it's a fast-moving situation, so hopefully $1 plus will be seen relatively soon. Going on to another situation which has technical merit and charting merit at the moment. Here we've got Guardian Health Sciences, and here there's been a decent support at old resistance, former resistance, the early part of last year around the 60 to 70 cents area. Currently, that's the new support zone, and the more we remain above 70 cents, and today's intraday low at 75 cents, the greater the chance of a top of March 2020 price channel target as high as $1.65 by the end of next month. Moving along, and we can say that there's plenty of interesting spike sort of situations around at the moment. New Concept Energy overshot the runway rather dramatically. I think even since I loaded up the chart just a few minutes ago, $6.20 the former resistance area now and former target. Now we're looking to maybe upgrade that target. The line of resistance from last March currently promising a target as high as $17, and that's valid while we hold above the $6.50 area, which is was the previous resistance line projection target. So above $6.50, looking towards $17 or more by the end of next month, and the way things are going, even by the end of this week. Going on to the next situation, not quite so sparky as this one, but here we've got Llit Smart, and a nice gap through previous resistance. The resistance in place there at $9.20, so above that, looking for at least a gap fill, the January gap fill support there around at the top of the gap there around $16.96. So looking for that as an initial target. We've already hit up towards the $17 area, so we've already filled that gap, but a retest of that while we hold above the $10 area is probably the favorite scenario for Llit Smart. Next situation, one that has been covered here before and probably will turn up quite a few times in the future as well. Northern Dynasty Minerals, here a nice rebound off the 50-day moving average area. That's currently around 44 cents, and while we're above the 50-day line, looking for $1, which was rather the mid-November resistance zone. If you're cautious on the shares, maybe to wait for an end-of-day close above the January resistance at 69 cents. So we just poked through that today and came back. So end-of-day close or a weekly close above 69 cents. Enough for further moves to the upside at Northern Dynasty. Shuffling on to another stock, the 9, which I've covered many times before. Nice rebound here of late. I suppose the last swing low yesterday around $10.23, so above that, hoping for a retest of $27.82, which was the initial January resistance by the end of next month. If you're cautious on the situation, maybe you wait for an end-of-day close above $14.85, which was the last resistance at the beginning of the week for the shares. So above $14.85 up to as high as $28. Firm favorite here, and one which seems to have caught the imagination of the public, is Naked Brand. We can see that here we've hit what was a previous target there towards $3.50, a rather ambitious one at the time. Come back from that obviously now, but at least while we're above resistance on the way down around 99 cents on an end of day close basis, we should or could be able to retest $3 plus over the next month or so. Finishing off with a less high profile situation, we've got Ncty Health. Here we've got a nice build up for the shares, breaking the initial January resistance around $3.96, and above that on an end of day close we're hoping for $8 to be hit as soon as the end of next month, especially given the way that we're going into a golden cross between the 50-day and 200-day moving averages at the moment. So that's probably been the driver for the latest spike to the upside. Helping the bulls along today would be by the end of the week would be an end of day close at $4.83 plus, which was the old late December resistance. That's it for me today. More updates tomorrow.